What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. We have a great one for you. We got the legendary Kit Polk on tonight, but you know what we got to do first? We got to do our intro. Here we go.
Hi, my name's Reagan Brazier of La Pasadena. You're watching the So Smokin Gooder Show. Are y'all high? Because I am. Enjoy the show.
Hey barbecue lovers, I'm Arnie Tix, and you're listening to the So Smokin Gooder Show. Let's talk barbecue and have some fun.
Hey everybody, Phil Breeden, owner and founder of LC Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin Gooder Show.
What's going on? This is Smoking Lowe's Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin Gooder Show. Go Yankees. Go on, man.
What is up? Yes, there were a few of those clips in there. What is up, Gooder Gang? It is Wednesday. You know where to be at 8 o'clock right here watching the So Smokin Gooder Show. January 18th, 2023 already. 3 weeks in. We've been starting it off with bangers. We've had Jamie and Tammy Roby from Wine a Bit. Last week we had the CBA Team of the Year, Phil Breeden, along with Robert Smith, Reyes Sepulveda. I said it right. There you go, boys and girls. And AJ Garza, along with myself. And then this week we have the legendary, the man, myth, the legend, Mr. Kit Polk from Canned Heat Barbecue. We're going to talk to him. I don't even know his barbecue, just canned heat. That's just the way it is, man. He's just cool like that. I got him already in the green room. What up, Gooder Gang? Y'all, I appreciate you guys tuning in. However, you're finding us either on Facebook, as lots of you guys are, or on YouTube. I'm seeing a lot of my YouTube peeps, and I'll do a rundown here in just a second. and on Twitch. You can find us on there as well. I am your show host, Robert Rocha, and I'm coming to you from the Bullhorn headquarters in Cypress, Texas. I'm excited about this show just because we got our man Kit on. This guy is very interesting. I love talking to him, not just about barbecue, but everywhere. So I told him a little earlier, I don't know where this show's going to go. I don't know where it's going to go because I'll just kind of direct him, kind of bump him one way or the other. And he's the bus driver tonight. We'll see what happens there. Yeah, as y'all noticed, I am Han Solo. Case will not be joining me tonight after his code. Somebody ordered the code red last week. I had to cut him off. And so he is out tonight. So no, that's not why. He's busy doing something. He'll be back next week, I'm sure. But later on in the show, we may have a special co-host. I'm not sure yet. We'll iron that out as we go along. But the first thing we do is we give some shout outs to the chat that are watching us and supporting us each and every weekend. As always, first is Daddy Dutch Barbecue coming in hot from YouTube. We got another YouTuber, Firewalker Cookers. I saw him at the CBA Championships. Mad Wood from YouTube is in. Kevin Hernandez, the world champion, checking in. I appreciate that, Kevin. Thank you. Sean Trainer, hello. Jared McCrory got a big walk last weekend. Philip Breeden, play the clip. I already did it. Larry Zimmerman, I got to see him last weekend as well. Aaron Leslie with a big walk. Michael Sistruck was not out there. Greg Minotti, didn't see him out there as well. Johnny Maggs from the East Coast checking in. Chuck, thank you for checking in. Let's see who else we got. Ubron, yes. Hello, barbecue lovers. That's Mr. Ernie. I'm sorry, Arnie Tex. Taria, nice. A new person. Thank you for tuning in. Will the closed caption be on for Kit? LOL. What's up, everyone? Brian Fox checking in. Ricky Gonzalez. What up, Ricky? Good to see you. Carlos Calzada, thanks for the nice intro. Yes, thank you for the nice intro. It's been a long time coming. Yes, Kit, when he gets on, no, we're up to 61,000, and I haven't even brought him on yet. That's what's going on right now. Bobby Delgado with a big first place perfect score chicken at the CBA World Championship. Congratulations, Bobby, and welcome in. Harold Williamson, hello. Sebastian. Willie Richards, I'll see you this weekend. 2 big walks last weekend. Jaime Garza, what is up? Jen Lee, how are you? Appreciate you watching. We got Ruth Sistruck watching. Justin West, hello. Man, all of y'all are checking in. Martin Cobb from the Tomball VFW Drink. Mo Harden, how are you? All right, guys, let's get it. This might be a clue for later. We'll see if she can join us later on. That's Belle Clark checking in. Closed captions, worst nightmare. Yes. Okay. Y'all have heard me mention the CBA World Championships. We did have our big event last weekend in Seguin, Texas. It went off without a hitch. It was great. We had 120. I'm not sure the total count, but I know upwards of 120 were in attendance. And man, there were some big heavy hitters from all over the state. I enjoyed spending time. Actually, I didn't get a chance to walk the grounds very long. I was late the whole weekend. But if I did see you, hello. If I didn't, I meant to. I promise you. But, man, what a cool celebration of barbecue. We had our big event again in Seguin, Texas at the Coliseum. The event went well. The Night of Fire with Joey Machado and his group out there on Friday night brought the house down. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of interactive cooking. I wish I could have been out there more, but I wasn't able to. Let's see here. And then Saturday was the big contest. Everything went well. Nothing to report from Team Bullhorn. Did not have a great cook. 27th chicken was my best finish. So that's how it goes sometimes. But congratulations to everybody that did get a call. That was great. Let's see. Grand champion was Kevin Hernandez. He is now a world champion. And the reserve grand champion, who I had planned Kit 3 weeks ago, but it just falls. He knows how to come on with a force. The reserve grand champion was Kit Polk from Canned Heat. And speaking of Kit Polk, why not? Let's bring him on right now. Kit, are you ready? Give me the thumbs up, buddy. All right, he's ready. Here we go. Let me get this brand down for Kit because, we got to do it right for my man, Kit Polk. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to play this.
Hey there, everybody. This is Aaron, the Retro Guy, host of the Morning Roast Radio Show, and you're locked in to the So Smokin Gooder Show. Give it to them, fellas.
Yes, thank you, Retro Guy. Appreciate that. All right, we are joined tonight First time on the show. Kit, I'm excited about this. I hope you are. We're joined tonight by Kit Polk from Canned Heat. How are you, my man?
Fine, Rob. It's good to see you again.
Great to see you. Why are people talking about closed captioning and whatnot? What's going on with that? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I haven't done a hairdo today.
Well, I think it actually looks good compared to some of those pictures that I had up. Did you see the banner or the flyer that I had out for you?
Yeah, those are nice. One of them's really nice. Yeah.
Which one do you like best?
Oh, the one on the right. The pit's very nice.
That is very nice. All right, Kit. So a lot of people do know you. However, as Ernest was saying, and we'll talk about what Ernest said, some really nice things about you at the CBA World Championships Awards banquet. There are a lot of new players in barbecue, but so a lot of the old guys that have been doing it for a long, long time, they know of you, of course, but some of these newbies may not know. So please introduce yourself. Talk about when you started, how long you've been doing this thing. I know it's been a little while, and we're going to talk about that. Go ahead.
Oh, for sure. I've been doing it about 24 years, and not a whole lot early on because I was getting my tail beat. But as things went, I went through several different types of pits and learned how to cook more competitively. But it took a lot of time, and every once in a while I'll come to the plate, and just depending on the outcomes with this CBA, it's pretty tough.
Talk about so 24 years. That's a long time doing this thing. Tell me, how do things look now compared to when you started? Does it look the same, or the barbecue the same, or
not at all? There's a lot of late nights, overnight brisket cooks, and a lot of beer cans tossed.
What do you remember about those days?
Those days were kind of tiresome, but I realized early on I was going to get some sleep and cook faster. So I used pits that made the game like that. And slowly those phased out. It was kind of interesting how that all came about. But that's what Ernest was talking about the other night, how folks would have a fireman just putting firewood in overnight, keeping the heat.
There's not a whole bunch of one-man teams back then, I'd imagine.
No, there weren't, but I've always done it on my own pretty much so. And you've got to have pits that do it in a record amount of time to pull that off, I guess, within 7 hours at least.
Got some new people that are coming in. Oki's in. Hello, Oki. Renee Gonzalez, hashtag Split Chicken Cartel. Steve Cumby, welcome in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I had a great time meeting you. Mr. Outlaw Barbecue Society up there. Congratulations on your call as well. If you have questions for Kit, please put them in the comments. We are definitely going to be asking him. Is there anything off limits tonight, Kit?
I'm not sure. All the rubs I use are kind of on this shirt, but then there are some that I use every once in a while, but they never send them to me. So that's the way that.
I wasn't talking about recipes or anything like that, but if you have any questions about Kit, so in my little promo, I did say, all right, so let's talk about you before we jump ahead. 24 years ago, you're doing it. You had when was your run of success? Or I know you're still doing it, obviously, come last weekend. But what do you remember, like when you kind of got an aha moment, or kind of learned about this sport and things were different? Like I mentioned, I don't even remember I don't know what they were putting on things. I don't know if they were injecting brisket back then or any of the stuff. Talk to me about those times before we inch on forward. 24 years ago in the barbecue scene, a little long time ago.
We'd make our own stuff up. Just, there wasn't much around. There's fab and things like that here and there if you could get hold of it. But we'd make our own injections, boil the brisket down and go get the soups and try to make something that tastes like beef and fill it up full and see what happens. But, and a lot of folks would soak them in beer overnight. stuff like that. A lot of marinating going on. So it's changed twofold since then. You got all this high-tech stuff.
High-tech injections, brines, and all of the good stuff now.
It's easier. These guys got it made. Come to the class and take a nap,
It's easy, man. You have a live studio audience with you. I can hear.
Yeah, they're there on the mix.
Alton Paris checking in. Pretty awesomeness from Two Gringos Chupacabra Meat Company in Bandera, Texas. Not far from where you are. You're actually in Bandera as well. Somebody says the KP4 is off limits. Yes, probably the KP4.
Well, that's in R&D, and there's only one guy that gets to use it. Me.
That's you. How many KP versions? For people that are wondering what KP4 is, it's his. You've been tagged as a mad scientist. I'm sure you're always in the lab mixing stuff and trying to figure it out. And all of them have a KP designation. Is that true? Is that right?
Yes, I've made 8 different ones that are marketable. Put it that way. They're good.
But KP4 is the leader in the clubhouse, apparently.
That's kind of a front runner. But KP8 might be turning a corner.
KP8. Oh, man. After 24 years, only 8 versions. Come on. That's pretty solid.
I use probably 50, but those are the latest because
those are thrown to the throw them to the side there.
Yeah. Well, sauces have changed. We used to make them from scratch, and nowadays you can buy a whole lot of things that make it a lot simpler.
Absolutely. Okay, so in the kind of promo for Kit, I mentioned surfing. Yeah, I said world class. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you are, because some of the stories you've told me, no amateur is going to be doing what you have done. And are you still continue? So people that don't know this, you are you're a world class surfer, in my opinion. What do you say, Kit?
I can drop in like a man. Arms out, flying. You do about 40 down those waves. It's pretty exciting.
So you are a world-class surfer, Kit.
Oh, hey, surfing's a great sport. A lot of nice folks out there.
How did you get in?
And a lot of girls now.
Oh, a lot of girls doing it. Oh, okay.
Gotta let them go first, So open the doors.
So when did you get into surfing? How did you get into surfing? Where are you from? Let's get this backstory here. Where are you from? Were you born on the West Coast, or did you just learn to do this?
The third coast, beautiful mountain, Beaumont.
Beaumont, all right.
16 feet above sea level.
15 feet, yes.
Yeah, that's about it. And it floods down there periodically, but I don't know why they call it Beautiful Mountain. But regardless, we started as kids in the 60s, dragging very long boards down onto the beach, and we tandem ride them as kids. And I grew up doing that and went on out to the Pacific, surfed a lot in Mexico and all that on the big stuff. When I say big stuff, tall as your house,
What is designates a big wave? I mean, surfing wise, 10 feet.
What they call 10 feet in Hawaii is about 30 foot. So there's different designations per area. But on the Pacific, just recently, there were some. They were calling it 30, and that's 30 from behind.
That's pretty damn.
That's big.
And you've been on those, right? What's the tallest wave?
I've been on one. They told me don't drop in. And I rode a quarter of a mile on it screaming. But yeah, down in Mexico, what they call rogue sets come through those bays. And if you happen to be way out there, they'll pull you out. There's so much ocean pull, and you catch one in. But total excitement. And if you eat it, if you eat it on the board, you might become one with nature, with the urchins, like hammer.
I'm fascinated by this. Describe in your best words the feeling of dropping in on something like that.
That it's total exhilaration. It'd be like standing on your table after several tequilas, and it goes real fast. You see what I mean?
Yes. That's how fast are you traveling when you're doing this?
And they say around 20 to 40 miles an hour.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
It's like standing on the hood of your car and letting your wife floor it.
Why your wife?
Oh, well.
Because she ain't going to stop.
I know.
So about what time period are you still surfing? But what time period were you dropping in on these huge ass waves?
Oh, way back when I was 19. I'm a little older now.
You're just a little
but
bit.
I go on the smaller days for sure. It never gets that big in Texas unless it's hurricanes. And everyone's leaving as we go down.
Right.
Yeah, there's an evacuation, and that's when the surfers all go down.
Say that again?
To the beach. We go to the beach when everyone's evacuating.
Oh, yeah, that's when you go. Yeah, because you're world class, baby. That's your world class. You're a world class barbecue competition cook and a surfer. Okay, so you're younger now. When's the last time you've been out there and doing some dangerous stuff out on the water?
About 6 months back, I made it down. I hadn't gone since the water got cold. I wimped out.
Yes.
But, in a wetsuit, it gets a little heavy. You've got about 20, 30 more pounds body weight. So you feel like, a lead balloon out there. It's a little rough.
Yeah. Legend has it they made that movie Point Break after you. You were Johnny Utah. Is that true?
No, I don't think so. Those are all some very good surfers out there, had it been known.
Did you know any of them?
No. I think Brock Little's in it. A lot of Hawaiian surfers are doing the actual surfing. That's some real greats.
All right. So you've done surfing. You told me that you are a bug. You study bugs, right? What is that study called? What's the study of bugs called?
Oh, entomology.
Entomology. Yes. Talk about this.
Yeah. That's bugs. Actually, malaria-related research is what we did with bacterials, and they use that overseas on a lot of areas that are of concern, and for our troops as well. Doing that, for medical reasons, keep the bugs back and all that sort of thing.
Do you have a doctorate in this thing? Is this what you do? Because
I worked on one, but I went ahead and kicked out and furthered my career in healthcare.
And you are published in the medical world.
Yes.
That's amazing, dude. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we did forensics like you see on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Did that too with the Louisiana State Troopers.
So you were helping crime scenes,
teaching them how to collect and do it right. Yeah,
that's pretty awesome, man. You've had about what time period is this in your life?
Let's see. That was around 90, 95.
Okay. Now, about the same time you started getting into barbecue. Now we're starting to reach.
Yeah. I always barbecued for the crews over there and stuff like that. But when I moved back to Texas, I started smelling the barbecue and saying, I want to do this stuff. And went to a few big ones, and watched the guys cook and tasted a little. Just like
this is where in Louisiana? Is that what you said?
No, here in Texas.
Oh, here in Texas. Okay.
Yeah. But I kind of got the bug for it and said, I'll enter one. Then I got my tail beat several times and kind of moved on with it and started meeting a whole lot of people. And as you say, everyone helps each other in this game. And to some degree, we might tell them the wrong thing, but, try to get them on the right leg to start.
Hector Cienega. What's up, Hector? The most interesting man in the world. Yes, I agree. Phil Breeden, 50% of the time he's talking because he's nicknamed you Kit 50 Cent because 50% of the time he's talking, I have no idea what he's talking about.
I'm a little step ahead of him mentally, I think, because he's kind of slow some days, and it might be because I don't know, those rubs he's got, those new ones especially.
Sean
you
Trainer.
see what's winning though. It's all the new ones, and nobody has them. But me.
Not yet. Sean Trainer, what's in the cup, Kit?
Water.
Okay. I don't believe you.
Scotch.
There it is. There it is. Where's the port?
No port.
No port.
No, the port's with the ship. Port's right here.
Okay, so back in those times when you started barbecuing, were there was IBCA around? Was there a sanctioning body that you were doing? Were some of these unsanctioned?
A lot of them were unsanctioned, and then Lone Star came along, and they were doing a bunch here in the hill country. So I kind of stuck with those since I lived up this way.
Right.
And then IBCA came along, and I did a whole bunch of them. And I think that's not where I met Phil, but I remember him one night at an IBCA one.
Yeah, that's jumping way ahead. But who were the players back then? You remember? Are any of them still in the game today that you remember from meeting early on?
Oh yeah, La Pasadita, Reagan.
All right, yeah. La Pasadita.
I think I met him way early on, and we cooked together a long time. Jay Tenney, there's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, Jay Tenney, yes. Yeah, he's still kind of in it, right? I haven't seen him in a little while, but for those that don't know, Reagan La Pasadita, he's the guy that walks barefoot, and he was this guy earlier on in the intro.
Hi, my name's Reagan Brazier of La Pasadita. You're watching the So Smokin Gooder Show. Are y'all high? Because I am. Enjoy the show.
He's such a great guy for barbecue. Always comes around at 9:22 with the best tequila. So if you ever see Reagan and you want a good luck shot to start your morning, oh, that's a good luck. It didn't help me last week, but I still do it. It's helped me plenty of times. And shout out to Reagan. He's been doing it. So you mentioned Reagan. Who else did you say? Jay Tenney.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember all the folks there. There's lots of them. Darwin.
Yeah, Darwin. Yep, Darwin.
Yeah. Steve Graham's.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Steve's been at it a long time, too. Shoot, that's a tough question. It's hard remembering all the folks.
Hard remembering. Again, guys, if you have questions for Kit, I did see one. Let's see. How did you come up with the team name Canned Heat? Vincent Regino from Reggie Q asking that question.
Yeah, it's a funny thing. There was a cook-off at Cowboy Bar or whatever over there on 410 in San Antonio. A whole lot of teams, right?
Yep.
I can't remember how long ago that was. 2005, something like that. Anyway, these guys got a walk, and everyone yelled, "That's K&H," and that was my actual name, Kit and Holly, my daughter. So my name was K&H, and I stood up and looked around. I said, "How does anyone even know me here?" and then someone in front of me said, "There's Ken, there's Harry." So later on that evening, I went and met Ken and Harry, who had reserved the cook-off, and congratulated them. They got this funny look on their face when I said, "Hey, you beat me to the catch here on the name." And I said, "I'm changing mine immediately. You guys are all right." So we ended up being friends and having a cold beer. But awesome. As I went home that evening, I heard a Canned Heat song, and I said, nobody's named Canned Heat, but you can't ever use a name like that for copyright reasons, correct? It's a band, Canned Heat, famous band.
Unless you get as big as Phil Breeden, then I don't think you have to worry about it. But
I don't know about that. They probably got a string of attorneys. But regardless, let's move on that. I'm on a beach there in Southern California with a friend who's a famous chef out there. He's got several sushi places. And he says, man, what's the name of your place, Kid? He's a big samurai looking dude. And I said, well, it's Canned Heat. And this long-haired dude stands up next to him and says, I'm Canned Heat. And it was the lead guitarist for him.
Wow.
And he had hair down below his tail. He said, I'm here doing some studio work in L.A. And I said, mine's Kit with a K. And I said, I am the only redneck in Texas that plays your music full blast if I win. So he ended up asking me to go to Denmark and hang out and barbecue for him. So I still haven't taken him up on it yet.
Oh, come
Maybe
on,
so. They have a little place over there, some mansion, and they tour. They tour Europe all the time. Really nice folks.
So what you're saying is that's still on the table?
Oh yeah, all things are on the table.
Phil, I know he's listening. Let's do it. Is he asleep already? He's probably asleep.
Yeah, he's kind of nodding off. We're trying to wake him up. Yeah, he doesn't even see.
Cesar Rodriguez met Kit a few years ago over at Matt's Barbecue Pits. Kit, when is the class for your pits that you ran this past weekend? I'll sign up for it. There's Louis Gonzalez checking in. He was at the CBA World Championships. Brian wants to know, was Kelly Curtis back? Was he one of the guys back in the day?
Kelly came on a little later, but a good cook.
Absolutely.
He did all kinds of classes, did a lot of KCBS. Very good cook. But
let's see here. Somebody says Sean has a passport, will travel. Greg asked about does Phil calibrate his temperature gauges on his pits every cook? And Carmen says water test. All right. Kit stories are just as good as Kelly Curtis's. All right, it's on. Let's get on its way. Let's go. Let's get to Denmark, Kit.
Oh, well, like I say, I haven't taken Canned Heat up on that, but they're sure nice folks. And moving on, that's one of the best surf days I've seen in Southern Cal. I did drop in on a few.
Yes, that's
what it's all about. It's the aloha of surf,
Yeah, dropping in. I know you're talking about surfing, but I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do you have to pick? You pick every wave, or you're looking for a big one that coming? And how do you know that they're big and that they're going to be that big? I guess
you can kind of tell when they're further out there, and you maneuver quickly. It's kind of like going through traffic when it's going to really bunch up on you, and you do some major maneuvers like Phil does, cut over 4 lanes. Look at the map while you're doing it and fly around on the feeder road. It's similar to that.
While popping a handful of Skittles as well.
Correct.
Yes. Don't take Phil's Skittles. I learned that lesson. All right. So let's talk about the barbecue. This is the barbecue show, right? And Kit,
barbecue.
You are killing it. Last weekend, you had a great deal. CBA World Championships. We'll get to that in a minute, but talk about barbecue philosophy. Is there something that you're just sticking to and nailing it? But I know that the answer to this. Are you changing? You're a mad scientist, so you're always.
No.
I've seen you at work.
Everyone thinks that, but you got to change per area for what you know, and then you always go to the local supermarket and see what they're buying. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good example.
Let's hear it.
Fredericksburg, 10, 15 years ago. I go up there, forgot my tackle box, the black box. You can't forget the black box. So anyway, it had all my seasonings. And I get there, and Ira Green's over there. He said, Kid, I won't even look. Just go in my trailer, get anything you want. And I said, Ira, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm going to try to beat you my way. So I went to HEB, and some little old lady said, you're buying everything on that dang shelf, man. Let me get some. And I put about, $40 worth of stuff in. and did it rather backyard plain. And I reserved the next day. Ira barely beat me. Tiebreaker on the brisket, but it was a good cook. So it's things like that. You got to get a feel for the area you're in.
I like that. You didn't panic. You forgot your black box.
No,
You just went to the store and said, I'm gonna beat these guys. I'm sure it was a challenge to yourself to do something like that. That's pretty awesome to go out there and do that. But you said you're watching what they're buying. Were you hanging out at HEB for about 4 hours just eyeballing what people are buying? You just
took all of 10 minutes and you look at the sauces, things like that, and you taste stuff around town. And then when you're driving through and all them beer drinkers are out there, look at those piles of wood they're running. Which wood? Big difference.
Oh, look at you. So you're eyeballing. You're paying attention to what's around you.
It might not look like it, but yeah.
Well, I had the pleasure of cooking with you in Killeen, and you were set up directly in front of me. So I got I got a first row seat to everything that you were doing, and you were cooking on a hasty bake, and you cooked everything that day. There were 4 meats, and you were cooking them all on the hasty bake, if I'm not mistaken. And that hasty bake's not that big, and you were able to make that happen. I'm not sure how you placed that day, but it was fun to watch you work and do your thing and maneuver and find space that I couldn't see was there, but you found space. And that's that you enjoy cooking like that, or I know right now you're traveling with Phil and things are, your space is tight, but you're obviously making it work.
Well, right now I'm running 2 hasty bakes, and then I like running my offsets, but I haven't been doing that. For CBA, I prefer a smaller pit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what you got to remember, some of your temperatures might be a little lower on 2 of your meats, ribs or your chicken. So when you can couple it up like that and keep even or more even temps on each pit, it actually helps you a whole lot. I don't prefer 4 pits, 3 pits. I prefer 2, but I might grill off a little with a small PK I run a little bit with, depending on where I'm at.
Mm-hmm. You're talking about char, do some grilling, do some char.
A little bit of grill work on the finish work sometimes.
Yeah, right.
But again, a lot of people don't prefer that. And you have to watch what you're doing if you're going to do that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, guys, if you have questions, it started off pretty gassy on Friday. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, we had a little gas problem. My friend Larry came over to commend me on showing up.
Larry Zimmerman?
Yeah, oh yeah, and we
He's
kept
watching.
smelling a rich running generator, which was down from you. And he said, I don't think it's that. Let's walk to the back of your trailer. And it looked like the Lucas gusher coming out of the back of the trailer, a bunch of gas coming out of my trailer. And I thought, oh, the bump I hit on I-10, very nice. I looked back and seen my trailer going airborne on the driver's side, no, the passenger side. But I thought, well, it made it. It's still on. And I got there. But regardless, when I opened that thing up, man, gas was in a 2x3 sheet in there, but thick. And I got in, scrubbed it with everything I had and put alcohol down, even put some scotch on it. But nothing would cut it. It was a little rugged on the prep, but I think it made a good finish on the stuff.
We're getting some questions come in now. Do you have any traveling stories real quick? Was that the has anything you ever lost a trailer? Anything crazy on
Oh no, nothing that bad, but I've seen a lot go on. I actually up there where we're in Alabama, that one of those trailers, man, they had a grease fire like you never seen. Yeah, I mean,
in the
and
trailer.
I think the meat was still on it. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, and getting back on another one, we were in Springtown, up there near Fort Worth this summer.
Yep.
And Phil was cooking good, very methodical, come out, study and everything, then go back in his cool trailer. Well, I was out there washing dishes or what have you, and I put about 5 little coals in my pit because it was running at about 150. I needed to come up a little bit, to put my brisket on. Within about 5 minutes, that pit was at about 700.
Holy
and I had my back turned to it, and Phil said, you might have a little problem there. And I said, it's a new technique I'm working on the brisket. Just wait till the finish. And he didn't know that it wasn't in there.
Okay.
And I had it over in a warmer. It wasn't a problem. I sliced it. It was really good. I think I got third or something. He got first, natural born griller there. He's good. But regardless, it threw him. He walked back in shaking his head like, oh, he's working on a new one.
Brian Fox has a question: prime or Wagyu and brisket? And where do you get your meat from? Again, if there's questions you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But
you get it from anywhere you can nowadays, because there's always one of you guys in front of me getting all the briskets. I mean, you got to learn in this game to be able to cook very lean, ugly stuff and bring it out better than a shoe, and you'll be fine. That's a good way of putting it, because it's hard finding the good meat. When you do, you got to snatch it up. And
so
I don't keep that in a freezer.
That's a good point. You are finding some of these leaner meats that you maybe have to cook at a contest. Do you do something to them when you see something like that versus one where is a nice thick piece of meat, or do you are you treating it differently? Are you doing it? Is there a technique you're trying to do to pump it up?
You don't overcook them. You got a lot finer window to work with, and if you blow it, you're out. So it's a little bit harder to cook stuff like that, but judges like it, and they're not into a lot of fat. Y'all are doing a whole lot of trimming and beautiful stuff. That's all great, but think about the judge. They're looking at that. They want that good flavor of meat. So if you can make that type of meat taste good, you're ahead of the game. Few like $40 briskets this summer came right on through there. So yeah, lucked out. A little luck involved.
Hey,
but it's all in the pit as well, and in the wood for the area, that sort of thing. Got to keep everything in mind and go down your train of thought. You don't just throw anything on it.
Yeah. So you mentioned you like to do a couple of hasty bakes and a PK. You do have a really nice offset smoker that you prefer. You said you prefer, and I'll put that photo back on because this guy over here, right here on the right-hand side, is a beautiful pit. I got to see it firsthand. It's probably right there with you at right now. But talk about offset smoking versus that direct grill heat. I mean, that's two different styles of cooking, and you seem to have mastered both of them, sir.
They cook excellent ribs, render them down a whole lot better than direct heating. To me, everyone's got their pets, but the JP is a fine piece of equipment, and you can tell when you're cooking on it. I've won a lot of brisket and ribs on it. I haven't had that pit but about 4 years or so, and I cook on it periodically, just depending. But when I'm traveling or whatever, I stay on the Hasties for the lightness. And if I'm traveling with Phil, we throw it on the back of the trailer. There isn't a whole lot of room back there. But
yeah,
so I have to travel light, and then you cook stacked. And when you're stacking, going back to what you were saying, how'd you fit 4 meats on there and do well?
Right.
Back in Hempstead this summer, it was only 104 degrees. And I think the meat cooked just on the pit without heat. I mean, it was hot out there, and I had real good pork and ribs, the first and a second, and Phil got a second rib or something, but pork, and then he got to hear my song after he was up there, which was a class move. I told you don't tell it. It was just good. And they were getting their check and all that. And then they heard that drone of canned heat. And and even some gal in the crowd told me, you really need a new song. That one, it's not the stuff. It's pretty cool.
So you like obviously hearing your song after Phil's. That's a good time.
Well, that was a lucky day, but that particular day I forgot. And it was a guy I know. It was his 50th birthday, and I had to help him out.
Is this what happened?
And I really like to help my friends. And this Phil reserved that one, but this guy I know, I'm looking at, Rob, the man, wins that on his 50th birthday. The greatest ever.
Thanks to you, Kit. Kit, unfortunately,
I got the brisket. It was 3:00, and I was staring at the judging thing. It's probably a minute away from me. I never even saw him leave because I didn't have a watch on. But it's the way it goes. You got to help your friends.
I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that, Kit. Kit forgot to turn brisket in. Was the time that after I think he had a second and a third and a first. And then, he probably only needed like a 30th brisket to win, and he forgot. And I
had something in chicken, but I needed about a 15th brisket or better. I would have won it. And I had a good brisket. That wasn't a problem. It's just having the effort to bring it up there on your birthday. I couldn't do it.
I appreciate that, man. And led to a RGC for Phil and a GC for me. Had a great brisket. Just forgot the time. Absolutely.
Now wait a minute. I did do a little better than him monetarily, but I got 52nd. And someone beat 51st. I did beat two people. Yes. So, it's pretty cool.
You still beat two people without turning
one of them turned in all their stuff.
Jared McCrory, how many seasonings do you use on your brisket? That's a number, not a name.
Oh, that's a tough call because every area is different. And in Texas, salt and pepper. I mean, it's something to look at. Probably 3 or 4. That's about it. Uh-oh, we lost you.
Oh, my mic.
There it is.
Yeah. There it is. Here we go. 3 or 4, Jared. There we go. Carissa Smith, love Kit. Everybody loves you, man. You're a great ambassador. I mentioned that in the deal. You're a great ambassador for the sport. Are you seeing a lot more people approach you now? You've always been very friendly, but some people they need a little more encouragement to go and say hello. I've enjoyed my time getting to know you over the last couple of years. It's been fun, but you're always very approachable, right? If anybody wants to come up and say hello to you, you're always the first one. And bring 2 drinks because it's not a 1 drink visit, which I love. Well, there's always something to talk about.
Yeah, if I'm not prepping or something like that, I usually point them to my friends that are right across from me. Like that guy over there with the black shirt named Rob, go check him out. He's not busy right now, but no, I do talk to folks and give them encouragement because it's great. The amount of people that have gotten interested in the whole sport. And it's really come twofold as far as, all the competition and then the competitiveness in the end with all these new rubs. And then the problem is we really need a lot of people that hadn't had a class. I want to cook off like that. I haven't had but one of those a long time ago I was awake in.
So you want to cook off with people that have never taken a class.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. I don't think
Phil will be.
Phil hadn't been in one. He gives them, but I tend to fall asleep in them. My attention span's a little.
You did.
rough.
You fell asleep in the last one that we were working. Yes, I did. I did have the LC barbecue logo up there for you. I don't know if Phil can see that or not, but
I've got one on.
oh, you're wearing it.
So, and they're really good. So a lot of good mid-range stuff, and all his new ones seem to be working real well right now. And I happen to be test riding a few of them, so it's been enjoyable, and I thank him for that.
We got people in the comments. Kit Polk, Scotch, yes. He's a dog lover too. Who is not a dog lover? I mean, come on, we're all dog lovers, right? Is this?
He's talking about dogs and ribs, I think.
Okay. Sean Trainer. Go ahead. You got a story for Steve?
Oh yeah, we're over there at a cook-off on the east side of San Antonio once, and I'm parked over near Reagan. He's hollering at me, and I turned my back and went over to the cooler to grab a cold drink, and turned back around. And I thought I was losing it. 3 rib racks were out on the table just minutes before I was getting ready for them. They're all 3 gone. So anyway, I'm looking everywhere for them, and I look out in this field, and this dadgum cur looked like a blackmouth cur was dragging them across the field. All 3 of my racks of ribs, and they were good ones. They were worth fighting a dog for. So I picked up the nearest stick, and then I thought, he's a big sucker. He's probably going to bite the hell out of me. And I ran at him, and I threw the stick, hollering. And to my left is Ira Green and his mom. And Mom says, "Look, Ira, it's Kit." And he said, "Oh, Mom, that's so nice. He loves dogs. He's throwing a stick for him." So in the meantime, I'm running full blast, getting my pocket knife out. It's like a switchblade. And I flip the blade. The dog sees the blade, and I'm running at him. And he drops the ribs, luckily. So anyway, but he got one of the good ones. That was in a single pack, and he got a rib for dinner because I said, well, I got 2 to work with. So I went, and they were in a package, so they were uncontaminated, we say, in the health field. And so I went back rather mad, and I got a cold beer. And right about that time is the local constable driving by. And I walked up to his window and banged on the passenger side. And you don't ever touch a cop's car.
I was going to say, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah. And so he lowers the window down. I said, "Hang on 1 minute." And I walked around the front. And I said, "I'm going to cuss at you, but I'm not cussing at you. I'm cussing at this dang dog." I said every word. And I said, "Just hear me out." He said, "It's okay, vent." And I said every word in the book. And I said, "I have not drank a beer yet all day, but I'm going to chug this to calm me down. Will you get your 357 or a 45, whatever you got on, and go shoot that sucker?" He said, "I can't shoot. It's a crowd." I said, "Well, the thing looks like he might be rabid. You get me?" "Oh, okay." He got on the radio, and he got the crew on it. Well, here we go. 5 a.m. I see a black Suburban flying across that field. They had binocs out for this thing, infrareds. So I hear something out on the highway, and everything got quiet. And later on, I talked to the cop, okay? And he said, "We got him." So I think they might have ran him down because there's a rabid dog in the crowd. And he happened to be on the road. They baited him in, I think. So probably with some more ribs.
Why couldn't you just let the dog go with the rib, man? You had to go and sick the police on him.
But yeah, we sent in a chase. We didn't want a rabid dog biting nobody.
Anna says we were Santa Ana cooking this summer, and we had one little tree between us and Kit. Kept moving his hasty back and around, all around, trying to stay in the shade. It was very hilarious. You're keeping it out of the sun.
I really did try to stay. It was about 1,000 degrees over there. That one was where it was 109 on the radio when we were leaving. You know, your temperature gauge. I think that's the hottest all summer. A good day to lose water weight.
Yes. Brian Falk, for someone that has been around the game as long as Kit, and he has adapted to everything and can still kick our butts. Very much respect. Talking about respect, you had a great moment this weekend. Ernest Cervantes was a keynote speaker at the CBA Awards, year-end awards banquet, and he singled you out amongst the whole crowd of, over 250 people that were in that room, and singled you out as one of the OGs. And he told a story about you guys, meeting you and whatnot. And how'd that make you feel? That was pretty cool. You jumped up and you had your arms in the air. I thought it was a pretty cool moment watching that from afar.
That surprised me, because a lot of times we fight it out on the field there, and he was trying to win for the jack on all those. And it was tough cooking back then. A whole lot of people were up and coming, and a lot of good barbecue coming across the tables. And I was honored. I thanked him the next day over some huevos rancheros there.
Oh, those are great.
Man, he's got class food. If nobody's been to his restaurant, they really need to go to Burnt Bean. It's a great place.
It is. Steve Cumby has a comment. Kit was the first cook I ever met. I went to observe a Lone Star event in Burnett in 2018, and the head judge walked me over to his camp. It was a great way to start my barbecue comp career. Though once he knew I was also judging, he kept asking what seasonings I liked on chicken. Pretty sure he GC'd that day. He's gonna get any advantage he can. Look at him. He's watching. He doesn't see like you are, but you are watching. Greg Minotti, holy shit, this is awesome. I did love that dog brisket story. Brisket drop. Oh, let's go. All right, where we go? Yeah, and it felt like 200 in that day. 121 in my trailer cooking. Yes. Love me some Kit Polk. That was really awesome. Okay. What else, Kit? What did I want to talk more, but I feel like we could keep going for 2 hours. You got 81,000 people watching you tonight. 81,000, Kit. What do you think about that?
Well, it's great. I hope everybody likes barbecue out there.
Wait, and surfing?
And surf, yeah.
And surfing. What else did we not touch on that we should bring up maybe in your...
all the old hunting and fishing stories. Yanked in some sharks one day, and I'm glad my leg's still on me.
All right, we got to hear.
We on the boat, and he came shriveling right after me like a snake. I mean, 5-foot shark in the bottom of the boat, and me. You should have seen me jump up.
All right, we heard an alligator story last week. So can we hear a shark story tonight?
That's a shark story. You want to hear an alligator story?
Sure. Is it better than this one?
Yeah, that's a little baby. but he kind of looks pretty good with that. But picture me dragging a small 12-foot boat, and my friends pushing behind it to get from one little slough to the other. We're duck hunting.
Yep.
And it was real shallow in there, and about waist deep, but the boat wouldn't go through that mud too easily. So I'm dragging on the front of it. I feel something come up between my legs, and the head of that alligator, the nose was a foot long. So a 4-footer come up right between, and I did a backflip into the boat. And at the same time, I grabbed a shotgun that was loaded and blew his head off.
Damn.
And I'm lucky that's here.
I don't remember that version.
Yeah. And it just sunk. And I said, don't worry about the skin on that one. I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, it scared the devil out of me.
After our show in progress. Yeah, getting there. Kit Polk is my hero. owls. Ask him about the owls.
Owl stories. The first day in Arkansas when I lived up there, a guy said, go out to my 40 acres, throw up a little, stand. So I put about 12-footer up there and nailed it off, almost dying in that episode because the thing kept wanting to twist, a little platform line.
Yep.
Anyway, got it in, went in there at dawn, 30 degrees, ice cold. I sit down, it's pitch dark, and I hear something like a deer. It went right under my stand. I said, oh man, this is going to get good. About that time, I hear a 747 or maybe like an F-16 come within a foot of my head. And I didn't know what it was. It was pitch black. After about, an hour, it started getting light enough where you could see real good. About 100 yards from me in the top of this tree is an owl that stood probably about 3 foot tall and a foot wide. They're big up there. They're not little owls like you think a little barn owl. No, these are big boys. They're as big as a raccoon. And anyway, I was imagining those claws taking my head off and me going off the stand,
Ugh.
A little later that morning, I did kill the deer that had come by. So it was a very exciting day for me. Owl and a deer, But the next owl story is about a year later, we're heading to another deer spot to hunt. And we're both kind of bleary-eyed at 4 a.m. and from drinking a couple the night before and getting prepared for the hunt. And so we're going along and it's kind of foggy. And I tell my friend, watch it. I don't know what he's going to watch. He said, what? And this dying owl, I can still see his eyes looking in the window at us. He hit us at about 40 in the windshield. And those eyes are bigger than your head looking at you. And he just flew away. And we both stopped the car and looked at each other. God dang, you got coffee? No, it spilled all over me. But we went on, went hunting. So there's the owl story. Pretty heavy.
Just 3 foot like a raccoon. That's a big ass raccoon, by the way.
They're big. They're big, tall, and they're big. They're not little owls up there. You've seen little baby ones people get and they feed them and stuff. No, you wouldn't get near these things. Their claws are as big as my hands.
Damn, that's some big ass owls.
Yeah, they're big owls.
All right. Any last words of wisdom for barbecue guys that are watching right now?
Well,
No,
I heard Carmen.
They want me to give a class, in redneck cooking, but I've thought about it. It'd probably be like $5,000 a person. I'd limit it to 2 persons, and I'd sit on the beach with a Weber or something, or a Hasty Bake, and burn a few things and hang out. That's a good way to do it.
That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, you get the money, you give them some information, and move on. You don't get to taste all the stuff. That doesn't make a difference.
Bill Purvis, Kit is a hoot. I see what you did there, Bill. I see what you did there, Bill. It was probably a pterodactyl. I put the P in there. Pterodactyl. No, there's no P. There is a P in pterodactyl. You just don't say it. Kit, this has been amazing. This has been amazing. You want to stick with us while I'm going to bring Belle on in just a minute. We're going to talk about some recap, or you want to hang out for a minute, or you want to get, or what? How you feeling right there? How's that scotch working for you?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, as far as the barbecuing goes, folks are they need to learn their pit, whatever they're cooking on.
Yep.
Use the right seasonings in order, as used in Phil's class, I'd say.
Oh my God.
Or develop your own strategy like I do, and be aware of anything that sticks out too much. You want middle of the road stuff, and you want very good saucing with CBA. That's a tough one though, because it changes periodically. I've noticed.
Yeah.
And
So go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I want to bring you. I want you to stick around through the break, and I want you to come back because you just came off a big weekend, man. We barely touched on it. We haven't really even talked about it. I do have some questions about the big weekend that you just had. Not only cooking wise, but obviously at the awards banquet, it was a great weekend for Kit Polk and Canned Heat, and just already scheduling on here. I was loving it when we saw what happened and what transpired. But if you can stick around, go refill your scotch, go to the restroom, come back in about 3 minutes, and we'll get you back on. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right. I'm going to pull you down, and I'm going to bring up my co-host that's checking in. Where are you at, Miss Belle Clark? Belle Clark from JC's Good Old Boys checking in with us tonight.
Hey,
how are you? You're at home. All right. Well,
yeah, our internet does not work in the bunker currently.
Oh, the bunker at the Tom Ball VFW. Okay. Darla Harden, hurry up. Let's talk about that strut. RGC up next. Yes, we're going to talk to Kit here in just a minute. This was the first barbecue show my wife has ever watched. We're dying. I love it. All right, Justin, thanks for having your wife join. I've seen you watch this show before. But we got Miss Belle Clark from JC's Good Old Boys. We're going to take about a 3-minute break with, when we'll bring Kit back on. But while she's on, I do have to go over this right here. Thank you to our great sponsors, Rec Tech. We have Cosmos Q Products, the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads in Uvalde, Texas, Texas Oil Dust, Eureka Heights Brew Company, Texas Pepper Jelly, the Barbecue Store in Hempstead. Hashtag what, Belle?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't even paying attention.
Oh, my gosh. The Barbecue Store in Hempstead. Hashtag.
Oh, where you go to win.
Where you go to win. Texas Original Charcoal Company had a great night out there last weekend in Seguin. Summer Moreno, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Clark Compression and Components. Miss Belle Clark is representing them right now. LC Barbecue. We talked about LC. Day one, Bull Printing, Wraps, and Graphics. And, of course, the Danny Dees Memorial Classic going to a KCBS event this year. Shout out to our great sponsors. Thank you guys for sponsoring this wonderful show. We've had Kit Polk starting out 23. I don't know if you've seen them all, but we had Jamie and Tammy Roby last week. We had the Team of the Year, Phil Breeden, along with Reyes and AJ Garza. Robert Smith had a hilarious weekend. Guys, if you're listening, what did y'all think about last week's show? That was a good time. And now we're bringing on another Texas legend, Kit Polk. It's been fun. We're doing this. Coming up, we have the San Antonio Rodeo coming up. We've got the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Got the Austin Rodeo. Got for us smoking on the Rio.
Rodeo season.
It's rodeo season. So lots coming up on the show. We're gonna have some great guests talking about all these big events up. So if you're new to the show, thank you very much. We do this every Wednesday at 8:00. And Ms. Belle Clark, how are you? You're coming in to help me close out this show. And before we bring Kit back on, we are going to do the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap.
Yes.
Sponsored by Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics over in the Champions Barbecue Alliance. This is why I wanted Kit to stick around. Grand champion. We now have a world champion, Kevin Hernandez. This happened to be, Belle, his first grand champion ever, and what a time to make this happen.
An amazing accomplishment.
Yes.
I mean,
on the big stage, for him to go out there and get a grand championship as your first, what better time to do it at the CBA World Championship? So you are now a world champion. Congratulations, Kevin Hernandez, with My Pits Are Burning. And we just heard from the RGC, and we'll bring him back on in just a minute, Mr. Kit Polk from Canned Heat. Belle, have you met Kit? Do you know Kit? What do you know about Kit?
Yes, I know Kit.
Mm-hmm.
He's very sweet. He's he's a super nice guy.
He is. Okay. Over in the IBCA, we have the 21st annual, I don't know what this stands for, but the NCJLS Alumni Cook-Off. The grand champion was Robert Perkins with Texas Legend Cook Team. And the RGC was Nick Carter from Texas Reaper Barbecue. And over Inviter, I have never cooked this event. Maybe, Belle, you have Inviter, the Big Buck Bash.
Oh, God, maybe years ago.
Grand champion was Alan Ayers from Compassion's Fire and Smoke. And the RGC was Caleb Warden over at Kickin' Cajun Smokehouse. Nothing in Outlaw or
Way to go,
or
Caleb.
Lone Star. That was the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap. And now we have the upcoming events segment sponsored by the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads. In the Champions Barbecue Alliance, we've got 4 coming up. The 36th annual Hold'em and Hit'em in New Caney, Texas. That's where I will be. We have the 8th annual WCLS Kickoff Cook-Off in Raymondville. And over in El Campo, we got the Knights of Columbus 2490 Cook-Off. And then down in Beeville, Texas, the annual B County Go Texan Barbecue Cook-Off. Over in the IBCA, we got the War Pig Winter Battle from Tom Ball.
That's where we'll be.
And that's where JC's Good Old Boys will be. That's the War Pig Winter Battle. And let's see here. I'm going to play Dennis's clip just because he is a supporter.
I like it.
Here we go.
Well, hello there. I'm Dennis Butterworth with War Pig Barbecue, but you can call me Butter, and you're listening and watching the So Smokin Gooder Show with Rob Arocha.
All right, that is the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off. There was no what?
Sound.
You couldn't hear Butter?
There was no sound.
When Butter was up there?
Yeah, just now.
Could y'all not hear Butter people? Butter people.
Or was it just me?
I think it might have just been you. Nueces County Junior Livestock Show. Thank you, Roddy. That is the NCJLS Cook-Off for coming up next weekend. That was a great cook-off and event. Okay, I heard it. Thank you. Heard him. Belle,
All right.
You didn't hear
Sorry,
it.
my bad.
All right. Yes. Okay, we're going to bring Kit back up. Kit Polk, you are now have a co-host with me. Miss Belle Clark has joined us from JC's Good Old Boys. She knows you. Do you know her, Kit?
Yeah, I've met Belle. Nice lady.
Nice lady. You're a nice man, apparently. Very nice. Tom and Belle Clark from JC's Good Old Boys.
So we're being very cordial, Kit. I see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so good. All right, so we're going to put you back up here, Kit Polk, Canned Heat Barbecue Legend. Oh, I wanted to add some things to this real quick. So, Kit, you did have an amazing weekend this past weekend at the CBA World Championships in Seguin, Texas. Did talk about leading up to the event, everything on schedule, no hiccups before y'all showed up out in Seguin?
The gas situation was pretty heavy.
Nobody had kitty litter.
Yeah, no kitty litter on site, kind of rugged. So,
does anybody else still hear Phil?
Yeah, I can hear Phil.
Okay.
World-class surfer. Let's see. Entomologist. How do you spell that?
ENTOMOLOGY.
That's impressive.
Entomology.
That was pretty good, but you're an entomologist.
Yeah, I won a spelling bee when I was a kid. No
Did you
kidding.
really?
Yeah. They gave me some crazy long letter. I did it by syllables and won the thing. There you go.
All right, now, okay, now I've corrected this. I'm going to put it up there. Kit Polk, Canned Heat, Barbecue Legend, world-class surfer, entomologist, spelling bee champion. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, thank you guys for sticking through the break. Some of y'all left. and I will not mention names, but because I don't know. Aaron Leslie, he did hear. Daddy Dutch, So Smokin Gooder Show. Is it me or did Phil Breeden get better look?
What?
Or did Phil Breeden get better?
Luke.
Wow.
What happened to your chicken? Why did I have to pick you up another chicken, Kit?
Well,
She called you out.
Yeah, when I was cutting my chickens, I put the split in the bag with the chicken. I cut the half off, so I chose not to just split them and cook the whole thing and do it later. So anyway, I had a bad looking piece of chicken half, so they went and got me an extra chicken, which fully helped in the operation.
Talk about you.
That was so nice.
No kidding. Talk about your turn-ins. Do you remember what placings you had, or just the walks? You had two big walks, right?
Yeah. Well, I got a 12th chicken, and it was what we call an ugly chick. It was an ugly chicken, and but had super flavor. The Hasty did a wonderful job on it. You know, it was a grilled off chicken. Very nice.
Very nice. Ugly, grilled off. You care to share what you turned in?
Yeah, I grilled the whole thing the whole time on it. So
Like
it was a very good flavored chicken. Put it that way.
All right. Flavored chicken. That's good.
Yeah.
Very good flavored. That's important. That's important. And did you place in ribs?
22nd rib, I believe.
Solid rib.
Nicely done.
And then pork.
23rd, I think.
Also solid. Man,
that's nail bite solid. I don't know. I was surprised. I really was.
Well, you beat 100 other teams, so that's pretty solid, I think.
Thank you.
And
Us included.
Yeah, and the points were so tight at the top that 22nd is probably still pushing 192 and above. And then your brisket, you had a big brisket call.
Well, 14th brisket.
There you go. So you just had a very consistent day the entire day, and that's what's important, right? In a contest that size, to be very consistent with the field that was out there. You did nothing lower than a 22nd or 23rd is pretty solid.
It's knowing your pit and a lot of luck. Probably 50% each way.
Oh, Louis Gonzalez calling you out. I beat you in pork, Kit. No, he's saying he's very appreciative. What an honor. That's an honor. That is an honor for him. Dang, internet dropped. I missed it. What'd you miss? You're back, Anna. You are back. So they're going through the top 15. They're calling out or were they only called? No, they called out top 15. And
yep,
you did not hear your name 15 through 10, right? Obviously.
Right. I was thinking, I'll be way out there if anything.
What were you thinking at this point when they start calling 10, 9, 8?
Well, in that one, you never knew. But then when I saw Philip got 2 good walks, and then he got called for 10th, I said, well, I'm thinking who else got any multi-walks out there and stuff like that. But then you can't ride on that fact. It's all how you follow through with everything, and you start second guessing, well, everything kind of tasted pretty good today. So when they called reserve, I fell out of my chair there. It was really exciting.
So I had my eye on a couple people. Daniel Ramirez was one. There was another team that was sitting on the other side from where we were. I think they had 2 calls. And so there was you, them, Daniel, and of course, Kevin Hernandez, who wound up ultimately being the GC. And when your music started playing, was that not the music you selected or something, or was something going?
It was there was something went on the internet from that. I don't know what that was, but we'll get it squared away.
All right, so you weren't sure that was
I don't know what it was.
I wasn't sure who that band was, but folks in front of me could remember the song, and they said, "I think that's you again." I said, "That okay."
You
So,
said,
I
you
play
said,
from
nah. I was
name.
watching. I was next to you. And you said, nah, that's not me. And then Canned Heat. Roddy did a great job. Roddy's watching.
Yeah.
Steve Miller Band. Roddy did a great job as the MC of the award ceremony. He did a great job with that and called it out. And yeah, Kit and I took everyone by surprise. That was that was fun, man. So talk about when you're hearing that moment in that stage, such a big stage. I think 100 plus team, 120 plus teams, world championship. What did that moment mean to you? And just talk about that.
Man, everything. You work all that time, work real hard at it, and to come up against a whole lot of the best teams out there, that's a big thing to yourself. It's a challenge on every cook-off. And I really wouldn't do the barbecuing that much unless it was a challenge each time to come up to the plate like that. And to do it at a big one like that, that's very exciting. It was great. And Roddy and them, they did a great job on the whole cook-off there. It was very nice.
Yes, it was. You were able to attend the award ceremony. Both of y'all were able to attend the award ceremony. Real quick, let me get this out of the way real quick. Belle, what camera are you using? You look amazing and great background. You're coming in very clear. Your camera, what are you using? I need to purchase that camera.
No, Tom bought me a new iPad for Christmas. It's literally the brand new iPad Pro.
Okay. Shit. You're coming in loud. You're coming in crystal clear over there. Way more better than I am over here. That's cool.
And the background is just my shop. I'm just sitting in my shop.
Yes. Okay. There you go. All right, Sean Trainer, your question was answered. Steve Miller Band, Going to Mexico, which is, I know you love that song.
Great song.
Yeah, you had me play that for you in Killeen when we were there.
Yeah.
So overall, your impressions of the World Championship. That was the first World Championship for CBA. What'd you think of everything?
Well, that was big excitement all the way around, and saw a whole lot of cooks that I haven't seen in a long time, and to get everyone in one place like that for a lot of fun awards, it went real well. I thought the world of it.
Belle, you were there. What'd you think of the World Championship?
Oh, it was amazing. It was so fun. I mean, I really loved how so many people came. There was a ton of people there in support. So I thought it went really well. I enjoyed the banquet, all of it.
Were y'all able to attend the Night of Fire that Texas Original Charcoal Company was putting on out there?
Briefly.
Yeah.
I did briefly. But I still had things to do, so I had to go.
Me too. I didn't get there early, so I had a lot of work, so I wasn't able to attend. I went there later when everything was all wrapped up, but it seemed to be nice. Shout out to Joe Machado with Texas Original Charcoal for putting that on. Man, I just had something for Kit. I just let my mind.
They had a whole lot of good food over there they were putting out.
Yes.
And lots of different things and some great beef ribs I ate. It was a lot of fun. It was impressive. Those guys did a good job.
I did not get any
beef
ribs. Jared McCrory, he got there at 7 p.m. Very proud of Jared with Barefoot Cookers. I think he got a rib call out there. Congratulations, Jared. Pretty solid.
Way to go, Jared.
To do that out there in that field. And then we talked about the banquet. Yeah, it was good. It was a good banquet. We're excited to build upon that. And Kit, you had yourself a day. I mentioned earlier, Ernest called you out in front of that whole crowd out there, and you first off, you jumped out of your chair at the actual cook-off when you realized that was you. You actually caught about 2.5 inches. I saw it. It was nice. So
yeah,
you did jump straight up in the air.
White boys can't jump.
Saw Kit Getting a little wood. Okay. All right.
Yeah. The new shoes work. Yeah.
The new shoes was Kit, Brian Fox. What's your most memorable win?
Oh, there's many of them, but one of them in particular is in 18, and Phil was there at this one, and it was a long, drawn out IBCA event for their showdown up in Waxahachie, and I'm sitting there with a friend, and we had several cold drinks next to us. And it went all the way to the end. And a few of my friends had gotten multi-walks. I thought, man, I don't know who's winning this one. And there's a lot of teams, I think 300 or so there. And they took their time on the brisket at the end. And they said my number. And I just put it on the floor and cracked 4 beers real quick. And handed it I handed one to my friend. I said, and I had a little story for him about there's a lot of wannabes out here, but there's one sucker that's going to get up there and might win something. And he said, it's not me. I said, look down on the floor. He said, I feel better already. So we did a double chug, and I walked up there and luckily got a first place brisket at that one and reserved it. So that was something that took me by surprise, just like this other one did. It was a very exciting moment. When you work hard at it and you're against the best of the best out there, it's always a good feeling, I guess, competitively.
What's your mentality going into a large contest? Obviously, you're pretty solid. You mentioned the Waxahachie contest for the IBCA showdown, and then the CBA World Championship. You obviously did well. Is there a different mentality, or are you just doing the same things you're used to?
You got to stick with what you know and refine a few things if you can, and cross your fingers and hope you do well, and try not to overdo it in a lot of respects with your cooking. Keep it simple.
Yeah, when you're in a contest that big, you do tend to, the thoughts can creep into your head about adding a little extra or doing something a little extra than you're not used to, or kind of stepping outside of your lane. But yeah, you're telling us, do not do that. Just keep doing what you're doing.
No, you walk through all the motions you can and stay on your mark, and try not to forget things, and always finish the race. In each category, you have to think them out and do the best you can looking at that box. And like they say, don't sit on the boxes.
don't. Who says that, Kit?
Oh, that is another talk show a long time ago I was on, and they had certain sayings for their show, and they were kind of hilarious. And they said, what kind of saying would you have for this? And I said, you know what? If the meat's good, something good's fixing to happen. And so that one stuck. They had little sayings for their show. That was kind of cool.
If you're not first, you're last. We have put it in a box. If you're going to put it in the box,
put it in the box.
We have hashtag blowing smoke AP rub. We have phenomenal. Jay Bird used to say that back in the day. Phenomenal. Everything was phenomenal. 50 cent as Bill's checking in. What was the one you mentioned just now? If you're gonna, don't sit on the box.
Don't sit on the box.
Yeah, don't sit on the box.
No, that's not good. Don't sit on the box.
And if the meat's good, something good's fixing to happen.
All right, I like that one. If the meat's good, something's good fixing to happen. What else do I have for you, Kit? It's been a pleasure having you on the show. We're an hour and a half in. This has been fun. Were you worried about doing this at all?
Oh, not at all. You're a great spokesman there.
Oh.
Lots of good information on this. And like Robert always says, keep things tender. You got to think. Yeah, get it in the box. So,
put it in the box.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently I've seen this comment a couple times from two different people, but didn't you drop your brisket box and still hit first?
Well, that did happen at the second CBA event, and I think Bill was a witness. Saw it flop out of my satchel there. It's never happened again, but I picked it up and slapped it on a car hood, and I had gloves on, luckily, right? And so I fixed it, but it was all jumbled. But that brisket really had a flavor that day. Very good meat. Went in, got first place. So
Did you fix it? You did fix it a little bit, right?
yes, but when it shocks the meat like that, maybe it helps it. So everyone drop the box, pick it back up and fix it a little and chunk it in, and you're going to be just fine.
It's the big secret. Drop your box.
There you go.
And
It worked.
drop your box and shock the meat.
Yes. And I know someone else that happened to this summer. Dropped the whole brisket, I believe.
Oh.
Picked it up, cut it up, first place. So there you go. It happens.
All right, couple questions that I've seen as well. CBA has now opened it up. Chicken is now open. I'm still doing a half chicken. I don't know what Belle's doing. Belle, you want to share what you're doing?
Half chicken.
Half chicken. Kit probably is doing all kinds of weird shit with his chicken.
Feather cut.
Feather cut
A
chicken.
new one. Feather cut.
Brisket.
You'll have to wait and see it.
Brisket. Did you try burn ends?
2 people max, 5,000.
Did you try anything new with brisket, or are you sticking with the same just slices?
I tried a little bit of new stuff,
Right.
but we'll see. I'm working on something.
All right. Yep, we've seen Phil Breeden drop his brisket in one first. Is that true, Phil? I don't know about all that.
I think he did.
Oh,
He doesn't talk about any mess ups. He's
he
focused. It was on purpose, yeah.
Phil's like, be quiet, Anna. Be quiet.
He said if I did it on purpose.
If he did it on purpose. All right. So San Antonio Rodeo's coming up. Are you going to be cooking that one?
Yeah, I'm cooking for a team, and I'm cooking for them because we all group together on it. It's rather expensive getting in a spot out there.
Yes, sir.
But I'll be right near the judging area over there.
Wonderful. Have you had
trailer will be on it?
I'm sure you've had success there. What's some of your big successes over at the San Antonio Rodeo?
Oh, not many, but
really?
a third place rib once, and that's a funny story.
Oh,
I'm sitting there in a crowd of people drinking heavily, and we couldn't see the screen when it would come up, and I heard 4th place. And then the next time I saw Ernest go by in the screen, I said, there's Ernie. He got another walk. And it was Ernest getting 2nd place ribs. So the guy on that was MC, and he goes back. And he says, whoever's in the funnel break line, get up here for 3rd place. And they didn't put the number on the screen, and I still couldn't hardly hear it, but they said the last 4 numbers, and I looked at my friend. I said, that's me. I think that's me. And I trotted up there hoping it wasn't a walk of shame, but no one else was going up.
That's got to be scary, by the way.
I ran all the way up to the front, doing a Danny Lorera run, and ran all the way, and Charlene says, it's not you, kid. I went, yeah. And she said, not really. I went, oh, gosh. Yeah, that was a big 3rd place. I'll never forget. Big excitement there. Yeah.
Charlene, I wouldn't expect her to pull that on you. So,
me and her go way back. She's a great gal.
That seems about right, though. She would do that.
My tongue, I said, not a walk of shame. She just laughed.
Well, good luck
Well,
at the
it's
San
a
Antonio.
fun one for her.
Best of luck at the San Antonio Rodeo. I think, are you cooking Austin Rodeo as well?
Not Austin. I'll be going to another cook-off that weekend.
Houston? Are you going to be in Houston by chance?
I think I might be. I might be helping another team out, but I'll show up.
Wonderful.
You gonna be there?
I'll be there. I will be there. How about
Cool.
How about this coming weekend? Are you going to be cooking this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going to what is it? The Hornet's Nest. Hold them and hit them. Never been there, so that's kind of exciting for me.
Okay, cool.
That's a fun one.
I will be there and hold. I'll be there.
Hit
Hold
'em.
them
It
and hit 'em.
always rains, and it's always cold.
That's good. Concrete. We're good.
We're on concrete.
Yes.
We're fine. I think it's supposed to
Rubber
rain.
boots.
Hey, Kit, this has been a pleasure. It's been an honor to have you on the show for the first time. We won't make this go long next time, but we thank you very much for coming on the show. Your
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on this past weekend. Your stories are legendary. You are legendary. Having had the pleasure of seeing you get that call this past weekend, and then at the events, at the year-end events with Ernest calling you out. You had yourself a weekend, my man, and you're topping it off by coming on the So Smokin Gooder Show, which we had scheduled 3 weeks ago, and just the fact that you brought this on, and it says it right there, Kit Polk, barbecue legend, world-class surfer, entomologist, and spelling bee champion. My goodness, bro, you've brought the house. You bring it each and every weekend, and a pleasure having you, and I'll see you this weekend, my friend.
Yeah, thank y'all very much. I appreciate it and really enjoyed it. It's a great show.
Thank you very much.
You. Thank you.
And I need to have you do an intro like Phil's intro. I mean, Phil redid his intro, but we'll get Phil back on to do another one. But I need you to have an intro as well.
Okay.
We'll do that this weekend. All right.
Sounds great.
There he was, Mr. Kit Polk from Canned Heat, coming off a big RGC at the CBA World Championships. Fun having Kit on. Your camera is awesome, Belle. Listen, Sean is Belle wins best camera. Yes, she does.
Thanks.
Very nice. Greg Minotti. Well, go ahead. Oh, now she's
No, I got to be fancy like you, so I got to get all the things.
Congratulations, Kit. Hell of a cook and an awesome guy. Sean Trainer, love me some Kit. Aaron Leslie, big call in chicken this past weekend. I'm glad we didn't bet in chicken, Aaron. You should have bet me. Great job, Kit. See you this weekend. All right, Sean. I think he's going to be at Hold 'em and Hit 'em.
Cool.
Coyote Cookers, congratulations, Kit. You Braun, congratulations on your RGC. Mike Reyes, what you smoking? Congratulations, Kit. And Terry Breeden, thank you. That is Phil's mom, for the record. Terry, hello. Great show. Thank you very much. Awesome show from Carmen. If you would have asked me, trust me, I would have bet. I will always bet on myself. In fact, I still have the dollar bills that each of you signed. And I still have.
I bet on the wrong thing. I should have bet on ribs. My bad.
Yes. I don't know.
If you're gonna, what's back there?
Oh, that's right. You did get a good rib call. If you're gonna bet me, bet on brisket. Bet me on brisket because I cannot figure that out. I'm still trying, and I will. Let me pull this back down real quick. Miss Belle, you're going to be in Tomball, Texas this weekend at the Tomball VFW. If anybody's watching, drink. Talk about this event coming up. I know we've been talking about the Hold 'em and Hit 'em event, but you got something to say about this one coming up, or what do you know about it?
Well, I mean, it's Butters, so I mean, he's our buddy. You got to go be supportive of him, and I feel like it's IBCA, so I can take a nap. So it'll be awesome.
You're going to have some time. Great show, Rob. Thanks for everything.
And he's got amazing trophies. I'm kind of excited. His payout is amazing. So
his trophies.
He has done his stuff.
His trophies are pretty solid. Where's the banner? I'm trying to find my banner. There we go. So Smokin Gooder Show. Yeah, no, he's done a great job. Shout out to James Minotti with Minotti Woodcrafters for the first through 10th trophies. I don't know if they're first through 10th, but the ones that he made. And then I know that he had some guy do chainsaw work for some reserve and grand champion trophies. So
they're incredible.
Belle, I hope you win.
Me too.
My money's on you. Who wants to bet? Who wants to bet?
Are you going to bet your $1 and you're going to sign it?
No.
Where's Aaron? Is he going to do it too?
But I'm betting on you. Who's going to be out at the Tomball VFW this weekend? I have my money on Miss Bell and Tom Clark from JC's Good Old Boys. I think they are going to win. These are some amazing trophies. Is Brian Fox going to be out there? Wait, where is he at? Brian, are you going to be out at the War Pig battle? Winter battle? Because I thought he was I didn't know that he traveled to Tom.
He may not want to get muddy.
Oh, it might be muddy.
That's
We got 80%. We got 80% chance of rain. Are y'all ready for that?
No, it won't be bad.
Y'all ready for that?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
It'll be fine.
Talk about what's going on. Anything new with JC's Good Old Boys for the new 2023 season? Are y'all still going? And talk about Logan. He had himself a great. Your son.
Oh my God, weekend. He did so amazing.
Yes. 2 calls out there. Finished.
He did in 6 overall.
6 overall.
So,
wow, that's pretty solid. That
he did. Yeah.
Willie Richards.
He was on it. That boy blows my mind. But
Willie.
He was on it. Oh, thank you, Willie.
Are you backing her or betting me? I mean, come on.
I was gonna say, are you betting against me?
I'm not. You're gonna be with me, Willie. I'm not taking the field versus Bell. I'm taking Bell against somebody else. So, maybe he's back in the 100. All right, I don't know. K&R pipeline. Willie 2 calls out at the at the CBA World Championships. The cool thing about Willie is when he gets an award, he does the kick. He kicks his heels. It's pretty fun to watch.
What did he get? 9th overall? 7th overall?
I'm not sure, Willie. If you're,
I was going to say he's a Gator hunter too.
He is a Gator. Trophies look awesome. Wish I could make it. Good luck to everyone. Jared. Oh, Jared, I'll be at the VFW. Are you wanting to throw your hat in the ring against Bell?
Oh, good God. Why are you making this a thing? Stop.
Because, hey, we bet around here. I'm actually
we do bet.
Around until all right. Actually, if I can get off, I'll be there with Caleb. Okay, cool. Caleb, he has been to the Tomball VFW. I'm at work right now. All right. Yes. He's betting. He's backing you, Belle. Willie was 5th overall. Congratulations.
5th. Sorry. Good job, Willie.
Congratulations. All right, guys. I think that's going to wrap up.
I have your tag, by the way, Willie.
Say that again. Slower.
His tag. So, like, you have a tag. Everybody has a tag. So
yes, I do have a tag. Thank you very much, Ms. Belle Clark, for making that.
So you got to be fancy.
I do, and I feel fancy every time I go up there. It's like, who made this for you? I was like, she did. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the show. I have a brisket to prep. Still, I've done my ribs, I've done my pork, I've done my chicken. I still have brisket to do because I'm going to drop my trailer off tomorrow out in New Caney over at the Bull Salis Park because I'll be at the. No, I was about to say Tomball VFW, but I will be at the Bull Salis Park for the Hold 'em and Hit 'em Club. I'll be out there with Willie Richards. I'll be out there with Danny Regan and Josh Hale from Sure Shot Barbecue. We'll have a little compound out there. So if you are out there, come say hello. And we'd love to see you out there. And Willie may even do a little heel click for you. That would be fun. No alligators, though. No alligators are going to be out in New Caney.
So maybe when y'all are done, though, you can come and have some drinks in the bunker. Because, you're only 45 minutes.
Hey, that's a possibility. Hey, that's a good idea. And let's see. We'll be done well before you guys because, I think.
Yes.
So maybe we can come and
we'll be taking.
We can go and put our $100 on you. My money would be on Belle. She's a great rib cook. Okay. Aaron Leslie. Where's Aaron?
Thank you, Brian.
Aaron, are you cooking this weekend? Or are you going to be in with us? I don't know. Talk to me, Aaron. Talk to me, Goose. All right, guys. Again, thank y'all very much. We're almost 2 hours in.
Thank you.
The last 3 shows have been very well watched. Thank you very much. I tried to do a live feed at the CBA World Championships on YouTube. I mentioned that I was going to do that. Unfortunately, there was very poor reception out there, service reception, so I was not able to do that. I did try. We'll have some highlights out there from that awards event. But other than that, next week on the show, I haven't fully 100% got that lined up, but I think you will like who I have on. And once I get that 100% commit, I will post that. So shout out to the 2023. We had Jamie Roby and Tammy Roby. We've had Phil Breeden. We've had Robert Smith. We've had AJ Garza. We've had Reyes Sepulveda. We've had myself and that's it. And then of course, tonight we've had Kit Polk and Belle Clark and then Case Hahn.
Yes.
Did y'all see the kicker for the Cowboys last night? Or was it 2 nights ago? Did y'all see that? Did you watch any of that football game? No, Belle, she did not. No. Anyway, the kicker for the Cowboys missed 4 extra points, guys. And he missed 4 extra points. Not like field goals, but extra points.
Are you serious?
Yeah. First time since 1932, I think this has happened. And I think he took lessons from this guy.
All right, I'm here with Case Hahn from Bulls on McNee, who won today HEB Tailgater of the Game. Case has a chance to win a $500 HEB gift card for his tailgating team if he can make a field goal. Are you ready? All right, H-Town, show him some love. Let's kick. There you go. Fix that ball. Here we go. You got this, brother. Come on, Case. Count it off. There you go. Give it up. Come on. Keep going. Case is up. And, wide right.
Yes, he took
That's
lessons.
So bad.
That was terrible. But think about being a professional, getting paid to make field goals and miss. Hey, shout out to the Cowboys. They won their game last weekend. Not hating. They now travel to San Francisco, so we'll see who Case can kick better than him. Case should try out. Sean Trainer, thank you very much. Great show, Jared. Aaron's going to be a new Caney. All right, Aaron, tell him to put you up next to me. But you go to bed. Last week you were in bed at like 11 o'clock. Come on now. Hell of a show. Thank you very much. All right, Brian. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap up tonight's show.
Thank y'all.
Don't go anywhere, Belle. But that's going to wrap up tonight's show. I will tell you who the guest is when I totally get that finalized for next week. But we are coming up on some big events. We got Smoking on the Rio. We have the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. We have the San Antonio Rodeo. That's coming up next weekend. And then real soon we have the Austin Rodeo. That's my schedule. And I'm sure IBCA has some big events as well. So not leaving anybody out. So I think that's going to wrap up tonight's show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hitting 85,000 at one point. Kit's bringing the people in. That's going to wrap it up, guys. And Belle, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, we appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching our show.
Thank you for watching our show, and we'll be back again next week, Wednesday, 8 o'clock. You know where to be, right here watching the So Smokin Gooder Show. We are out. Peace, guys.